So Spider-Man Homecoming is now out. Um, and if you have seen it, as of the time of this recording, I have not seen it because I haven't had much chance to. Hopefully I'll get around to seeing it very soon, though. There is a scene from the trailer that was pretty iconic. It was over really quick, though. It's only on screen for like a second, if that. And it's a cool scene of Spider-Man web swinging through Queens with Iron Man flying beside him. It looks really cool. It looks like it's something that's straight out of the comics, and it's what I want to say. The trailers that did show it, it was like the last thing that they show. Kind of like showing you like, this is what the movie's going to be like. You know, this is the last thing we leave you with. It was pretty good. It's not in the movie. Not only is it not in the movie, but they basically just constructed the scene for the trailer. They had a different background. I think it was like a shot from an actual scene that takes place during the movie, but it wasn't even in Queens. It was somewhere else, so they changed the background on it. And then they cut it from the film, and then they forgot about it. They forgot that they had even had this scene in the trailer, and it was like the final thing that they left the audience with. And I've got to read some of this stuff. This is from director John Watts. He said, I think what happened was in the very first trailer, they wanted a shot of Spider-Man and Iron Man flying together, and they were going to use something from the Staten Island ferry scene, but it just didn't look that great. I think I was like, let's put them in Queens. Let's use that as a backdrop because we couldn't just create a whole new shot. So let's just use one of these shots in the subway, put them in there. Okay, so apparently it was from a subway scene. And then it didn't make it in. He said, I feel a little weird that there's a shot in the trailer that's not in the movie at all, but it's a cool shot. It's funny. I forgot that we did that. And I mean, it's kind of a small thing. It's a small detail, but I am getting tired of Rogue One. I'm looking at you, of just seeing entire segments of a film not show up in the film. At the same time, I'm also tired of trailers giving away too much. But I don't want you to give away too much, but at the same time, I certainly don't want you to give me misleading information in a trailer. Don't show me something that don't show me something that you know I'm going to want to see in the movie. And not only am I going to want to see something in the movie, I want to see a lot more of it. Because it's the whole point of the trailer. You're trying to sell your movie to a movie-going audience. And it's like a commercial. It's really weird when you are showing the features of your product, and then when you deliver your product, it doesn't have some of the features you said it was going to have. But you probably think I'm being a little bit overreacting with this.
I mean, there's plenty of movies that I've seen trailers for that they had something in the movie, and then it wasn't. I'm pretty sure that before I've talked about the first Percy Jackson movie that they made, there was a scene in one of their trailers where they showed like a car chase, and like there was a minigun that was like shooting at like a car, and like that never happened. And I think that was supposed to be like them being hunted by Ares, because like in the book, Ares was the one who had the he had the lightning bolt. He was the lightning thief. But
spoilers.
Yeah, for a book that's over like a decade old.
Doesn't matter, spoilers.
Or no, I think it came out in like 2010, maybe 2009. But yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and it's iconic stuff, you know, like Iron Man and Spider-Man next to each other. Like you couldn't have found a way to get that into the movie. I don't even care if you shoehorn it in and it stands out. Just have an iconic scene like that.
Like that kind of sounds like something that would happen at like the end when, Because like at the end of all the Spider-Man
Yeah.
movies, they've always got like Spider-Man like swinging through the city and
At
like
the
doing
camera,
something.
like coming towards the camera.
Yeah, so like I could see that being like an end credit thing.
Sure.
Well, I guess in Amazing Spider-Man 2, it ended with them fighting the Rhino. Which
But
was,
he's still coming at the camera, and
but
right
it's still
for it.
sad because they saved the Rhino for the last 30 seconds of the movie, which
Don't
is
even
dumb.
get me started on that movie.
Yeah. So they could have if they wanted to, but something that I found out, which isn't really a spoiler, it's more of an Easter egg that they have showed in a trailer, that I accidentally saw because my brother was like, he didn't skip it when watching a YouTube video earlier this morning, and I saw it. Did we talk about Donald Glover, like tweet that he made about like, oh yeah, I'd totally be Spider-Man?
You know, that was something that he mentioned years and years ago when they were still making the Tobey Maguire movies.
Apparently there's a scene where Donald Glover is confronted, or like Spider-Man like goes through like his window or something, and like him and Donald Glover are like having it. It's like they just have like
An exchange.
yeah. And like I was like, that's
And
so funny
And
because
I think even Donald Glover's line is somewhere along the lines of, I would have done it differently.
which to me is like
It's an interesting reference.
I love Donald Glover, and like well, just because I'm a fan of Community, and I like a few of Childish Gambino's music.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, well,
That's
it's
cool.
his. He became like a rapper as well as an actor,
Huh.
and he's had I think 4 or 3 albums, but I think he's retiring Childish Gambino. That was his rapper name. There's a few songs that friends have played, and I'm just like, it's catchy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also he's done a few comedy specials. They're not the cleanest things on the planet.
Oh, I imagine not.
Donald Glover is just like a funny person. I loved him in Community, and hearing about him like wanting to be Spider-Man, and like I think he talked about that in one of his comedy shows. So it's just funny that he was like actually in the movie.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking forward to. I didn't see what their exchange was, but
Yeah, I did see that really. I think I saw it on. I might have seen that same trailer, but that apparently made it into the movie.
so that's fun. That's a fun little
We're
Easter
good with that. I'm just. They need to get control of the whole trailer situation, though, about giving key plot points.
I think they need to give me a 5-minute trailer of the whole movie so that I don't have to go to the theater.
No, they want you to go to the theater.
I don't want to go to the
They
theater.
want you to pay for.
Honestly,
ticket.
I don't like going to theaters. It's too crowded. I don't like the amount of people there, especially on like opening nights or like opening weekends. I hate it. Hate doing it. My brother loves doing it.
Go during a matinee. There's fewer people, and the ticket prices are cheaper.
Just go like a week or 2 after the movie's been playing, and the theater's gonna have like one old couple and then like 5 other random people that are just there by themselves.
My thing with movies is, and this is getting off topic, and you know, if anyone actually watches this that has kids, sorry, because I'm probably going to irritate you with what I'm about to say. If your kid's running around or obviously not paying attention to the movie, don't take them to see a movie.
You've actually had a kid run around in a theater while the movie's playing?
Yeah.
Wow. I've never had that happen.
Yeah.
I've just had like my seat bumped.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah. I've been forced to ask the individual to stop doing that. It wasn't even a kid. It was an adult. I was like, could you please stop doing that? They ended up moving. It's like, you don't have to move. I just don't want you kicking my seat. But yeah, kids, it's kind of like, and I'm not going to get onto this topic, but just real quick, have very strong feelings about children in restaurants. But we won't go there tonight.
That's for next week.
That's for next week. But I just feel like with these trailers, trailers used to be. Now, of course, earlier trailers are like really dated. Like it's really interesting going back and looking at trailers even as recently as like 10 years ago, how they used to market movies. It's completely different nowadays. But you have to strike that balance of, number one, and I know how editing works, stuff gets cut all the time, but if it's in the trailer, I feel like it should be, number one, locked down footage. And secondly, you just shouldn't give away plot details. Just do action scenes. Give an idea of like maybe something the character is struggling with. That might be a major plot thing, might be a subplot thing. Like, keep us guessing. But when you're basically, pulling a Terminator Genesis and you're like, oh, John Connor's been turned into a Terminator and now he's the guy that you fight in the final boss fight in the movie. Don't do that. That would have been so much cooler as a reveal in the actual movie. That would have had everyone talking. But no, you revealed it in a trailer so everyone knows what they're going to see going into it. And that's just idiotic. So fix your trailers is what I'm trying to say.